In the heart of Kyiv, this is the Krishiatica area. This is the center, the nerve center of Kyiv. And when I came here 2 years ago, when the war hadn't started, you'd see this place blooming with flowers, a lot of flowers here. 2 years down the line, those flowers have been replaced by not hundreds and hundreds, but thousands and thousands of flags of the brave Ukrainians who've made the supreme sacrifice of their lives fighting for honor, fighting for their country. And I want you to, for a moment, take a look at this place. This is where there are photographs of every Ukrainian soldier, a flag in the honor of every Ukrainian soldier who's made the supreme sacrifice of their lives fighting against the Russian forces. Their date of birth and the day they made the supreme sacrifice of their lives. Like in this case, this soldier who's been awarded a medal, born in 1996, killed in action on 30/8/2022. Watch here. Letters from daughters to their fathers, letters from young widows to their husband, letters from wives to their husbands, letters from mothers to their sons killed in combat. And this is the most traumatic part of this Russia's war on Ukraine, the loss of lives. More than the loss of territory, it's the loss of lives that hurts. This war has entered a very critical phase. You have Ukrainian forces that have launched a very audacious counterattack into Russia. For the first time in over 910 days of this conflict, Ukrainian forces, more than a brigade plus, with Bradley and Stryker armored fighting vehicles provided by the United States, with weapons and systems provided by Germany and other NATO forces, they've entered Kursk and they've taken control, by some accounts, of over 1,000 square kilometers of Russian territory. In 2 years plus of war, Russia had taken control of over 1,200 kilometers of Ukrainian territory. Ukraine's done a counterattack in just about these past 12 to 15 days. But this too has led to loss of many, many more lives. In midst of all of this, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is arriving here in Ukraine. Will Prime Minister Narendra Modi, after his 8th July visit to Russia, his interaction with President Putin, and now with his interaction on the 23rd of August with President Volodymyr Zelensky, be in a position to talk about a roadmap to peace? A peace that Ukraine says must come with honor, a peace that should be just and fair, because these lives, these braves who've made the supreme sacrifice of their lives, their fathers, their brothers, their children, they come every other day here to pay their respects, to pay their tributes to these soldiers who will perhaps rise once again for their country, for their honor. But for Ukraine, this terrible, terrible war, it continues. A war that continues to claim young soldiers every day, that continues to claim lives every day. And in this scenario, Ukraine wants peace, but a peace where these supreme sacrifices would not be in vain. Gaurav Sawant in Kyiv, Ukraine, for India Today.